It looks clear. I hear birds. Birds suddenly appear every time you were near. Yeah, something like that.
Hey, how you doing,
Hey,
Michael?
how you doing? How do
Good,
I
man.
look? Am I clear?
Crystal,
Crystal clear? Everybody out there, do we sound okay?
you sound great.
Yeah. So, have you been ignoring me? I've been crying most nights. I've invited you, you didn't show up.
Oh, come on. Don't make me feel bad.
Oh, it's okay. But I noticed you have time for other people now.
No,
Yeah.
don't say that,
No,
Michael.
no, that's okay.
Oh, geez, you make me feel horrible. Don't ever say that. I'd love
Vince,
to be on
Vince, how are you?
your stream.
Retta. Yeah, I would love to get a bunch of people up to see how well it's working. How's your computer working so far?
It seems to be working great. I love it. I'm doing so many other things I wasn't doing before.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
so
you're
it's good.
helping people.
Did you see this morning? I did a little stream, something like what Richard Roberts. He likes to broadcast he does gaming on here, so I
Yeah.
gave it a little whirl. I was playing a little bit of Battleship this morning, and I tried that
Yeah.
out. So
How's the picture, guys? So Desiree is here. Let's see here. I'm going to invite her as well. I also want to get a bunch of people up just to see. Hey, there's Martin. You said you weren't ready. What's going on?
I also want to get a bunch of people up.
I can hear myself, Martin.
Martin, you said you weren't ready. What's going on? I also want to get a bunch of people up.
I can hear myself, Martin.
Martin.
You can hear yourself?
Yeah. Okay. How about now?
Ooh,
Talk to me, Martin. Talk to me. Say
You're looking good
say wonderful things to me, Martin. I'm very fragile.
Testing on this final winter's
There he
night
is.
here.
Okay, so he just turned down his volume. That's good. Okay, so
am I good to go now?
Yeah, you're good to go. Is the audio crackling at all? Is there any crackling going on, people in the comments? We good?
I don't hear any crackling.
Absolutely perfect.
Yeah, I have mega RAM in this now. I have a faster hard drive than I did. It's an old computer that's got a great chipset, but I could never get it open, and I got it open today. I've always had the parts, and today I got it open, so I thought, all right. But totally different operating system, totally different memory. Yeah, so it's old and new together, kind of like when you rebooted.
Can you enlighten us a little bit more on that new operating system?
I'm running Linux Lite. Do you know what that is?
I certainly know it's not Windows or Mac. It's
no, it runs really light, partly for the name, and it's a great operating system if you only know how to use Windows, but you want to enter into the Linux space. I usually use Ubuntu, but Ubuntu is heavy. It uses up a lot of CPU. This uses up a third the CPU. So one of my biggest grievances that I've had with Happs is that you have to have a monster of a computer to have 5-6 people in here without it being glitch city. Do you agree?
I couldn't agree more. It's been very frustrating for those of us that are, should we say, more experienced on the technical side, certainly, of live streaming. And, a lot of people who are, should we say, more focused on the content creation may not have had a chance to sort of compare, should we say.
Yes.
But Happs is definitely changing, as you know, with the new release just in the last handful of hours, days, with their very lightning fast now mobile broadcasting.
Yeah, there's a lot of whining going on there. Martin,
yeah,
I'll get you to read this. We usually do little inspirational things. We'll get you to read, and then we'll get yeah, go ahead.
Look for something positive in each day, even if some days you have to look a little harder.
All right.
Nope.
Bronx Viking, do you believe in this? Do you believe this to be true, or is this just a big bottle of
it makes a lot of sense. Sure, you would always want to have and look for positive positivity. You need that. Why would you want to bring negativity to yourself? You always got to look for something positive, even if it's bad. You gotta find something positive.
Can I just add to that as well, guys and
You
girls?
can dance, you can sing, you can, but you got to let Desiree first say hello to everyone.
Hi, Desiree.
Yeah, so
Hi, lovelies.
her image is usually very crackly and crazy on mine, so she's still having problems, but it seems slightly clearer. We'll see. All right. Whole new operating system, whole new. The only thing that's the same is the chipset. That's it. Everything else is new. So
It also helps that Michael's not in the kitchen frying some bacon.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know what that quite means, but okay. I didn't know if that was a sexual innuendo or what that was,
That it certainly wasn't. We're certainly seeing a different side of you on this broadcast, literally, right? With that camera, if nothing else.
Yeah. Oh, do you mean the angle?
I do.
Yeah. Well, you're seeing the top of my head here, which there's not a lot of hair left anymore, but
yeah, you're usually facing the other way. You're coming at us at a different angle.
Yes. I'm watching you, man. I'm watching you.
I see that.
Yeah. But no, I thought I'd switch it up. Desiree, how are you doing today? You having a good day?
Her picture looks good. Her picture looks great. She looks beautiful.
That is the perfect answer. Alexa C, thank you for being here. Martin, how well can you see the comments?
Very well.
Can you read?
Well, unless there's a technical problem and I don't realize it, in which case, although I can't see them, I can see.
Okay, you read them, and then we're going to ask Bronx Viking to tell us about his broadcast this morning, what he talked about. Go for it.
Okay. Well, we've got some comments from Diva Dwarf, who says hi, and Vince is. Well, I'm trying to catch up now because some of the comments are obviously on what we have been talking about a little while ago. But Vince is certainly here. Alexis C, who's very creative, as we know, in the kitchen. I see the positive every morning as the day wears on. Positivity gets harder. I was just being covered up by something there. You need an engineer, says Harry.
Wow. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And he's even put in the definition, I think, there when it comes to the noun engineer, someone who does precision guesswork based on unreliable data provided by those of questionable knowledge.
I love it. That's awesome. Yes, that is the best backhanded compliment I've ever had in my life. There you go. Yeah. Well done, my friend. Yeah. He always has very witty comments. He really does. Yes.
I'll be looking out for them now. You've certainly highlighted that. Can I just pick up what I was going to say earlier on that?
Pick it up and run with the ball.
Well, what was just can we bring that back on the screen just as a reminder? What I was reading out there.
So I got you thinking there. This is what we do on here. We play quotes and then.
Yeah, you see, what I'd just like to throw into the mix as a reminder is that, as it says, look for something positive in each day, even if some days you have to look a little harder. But often, this existence, it throws things at us, left hook, or just on our daily routine, where we straight away immediately jump to the conclusion it was negative, when actually, if you just hold back a bit and then analyze it, certainly later on in the day, you realize that maybe it wasn't so bad after all. You get what I'm saying? So we might be thrown a challenge, for example, and once that challenge, we've muddled through it. We've even learned from it, and when we thought we couldn't, and we thought it was a hindrance, that sort of thing, Yeah. So we're quick to sort of get frustrated and anxious.
Let's let Desiree chew on that. Can you see it there, Desiree? Do we need to read it to you? Do you want us to read it to you? Look for something positive in each day, even if some days you have to look a little harder.
That's self-explanatory.
No, but to you, when you hear that, what is that irking you? What's the response that you feel when you read that?
Well, sometimes when you look a little bit harder, you're not in the flow of that prosperity or that positive energy. So sometimes when you say to look harder for the positive energy, sometimes you just have to let go and you have to let it flow. Sometimes you have to let all the stuff flow. So the positive energy will flow to you when you're open to it.
I like it. Okay, Steve. All right. Here we go. Dee Dee, I have not seen you in forever. I thought maybe you had lost the love and feeling. That sometimes happens. Bronx Viking, do you want to chew on that?
Yeah, absolutely. Like we were saying, you got to learn to take negativity and just steer away from it, because negativity is going to be coming at you everywhere. And if you don't know how to block negativity, it could really get you and mess you up. People with negativity, it could bring you down bad. But that's why I come here, Michael, and that's why I come to your streams and your broadcasts in the mornings, in the afternoon. Whenever I see you on, I come because I know you're gonna have the positive energy. This is why I like to be here with you, buddy. You know?
Well, if we have Fraser on though, then we have the crazy energy.
That's the whole different kind of energy.
Yeah,
but it's
still positive.
But it's a good energy. It's a good energy.
Positive.
He's a great guy, and definitely for Fraser, he gives off a nice energy. I like that man.
Okay, you're back on, Martin.
I am?
Yeah, we're going to get you reading because I can barely see the screen here.
Life goes on. Whether you choose to move on and take a chance in the unknown, or stay behind, locked in the past, thinking of what could have been.
Yeah. Okay, so why don't you chew on that and tell us what you think when you read that? That one irks bad feelings in me, to be honest.
Does it?
Yeah, it does.
Well, I've recently been reminded of the difference, of course, between rumination and reflection, because we can dwell on those negative things and keep going round in circles in our mind all about that, or we can, in general, remember the past. Yeah, that's always good to do, certainly if it helps us to move forward and improve on things. And I mean, we're learning every day, aren't we? So I think we've really got to try and embrace that get up and go and explore attitude and sense of feeling.
So for the people in the chat who do not understand rumination, should I ask Alexa what it means, or should I ask you?
I think you should ask Alexa.
Alexa, what does rumination mean?
I have a few definitions for the noun. Rumination. 1. The act of ruminating, i.e. chewing cud and other ruminants. 2. Deep thought or consideration. 3. Negative cyclic thinking, persistent and recurrent worrying or brooding. 4. An eating disorder characterized by repetitive regurgitation of small amounts of food from the stomach.
Thank you, Alexa. You're awesome.
Isn't she just? I'd go with number 3 there, though, Michael, in terms of the way I was thinking. And I mean, I'm a recovering perfectionist myself, dare I say. And that's kind of related why I bring that up there. But certainly ruminating on and having negative thoughts on negative things, certainly in the past, and just dwelling on those, very unhealthy. But we need to help each other. Yeah, absolutely.
Al? Yes. Yeah, I just to go on what Martin said. Negativity can get you sick.
Right.
But you need to. Life goes on. You gotta go after.
I'd love to know if there are any thoughts that how we can get through that in our times of difficulty when we are ruminating.
Yeah.
Okay.
You move on. Take a chance.
I
in the unknown.
Yes. This one irks me. It does. So I'm not going to, because nothing good will come from my lips. So I'm going to be good. And sometimes I take a pass. So that's maybe I should try. The past does not equal the future. The past is just a roadway of where you've been. A past is a place that you hopefully have learned some valuable lessons. But the past also, for those who are addicted to pain and suffering, can be like a broken record that they play over and over again. That's about as good as I can do on that one.
But also, if you don't learn from those broken record karmic transitions, if you don't learn from those lessons, that's when you start to recycle those lessons, and those karmic issues start to turn into traumatic issues for yourself, and you start to become the victim of your own self from each circumstance. But when we're talking about coming out from that existence of those karmic issues and those negative thoughts, you really have to step out of that victimization lesson and look at the whole picture as a whole. Know that those karmic issues have happened before, whatever has happened, and they were cycled, and you're the one that has to break those cycles of karmic transitions. So if you remember the movie Frozen 2, Elsa, those issues that she had to go through, those negative thoughts issues. She didn't want to be around people because she had all this power and she didn't know how to do it. She had a heart of coldness, of ice, and she was afraid of being around people. But and even Frozen 1. So and she learned by becoming the spirit. She became the spirit. And she was able to learn that sometimes the things in the past do have a huge impact on what you have to do in the future. But when you go back and you learn those things and you are able to retransitionate those negative things into a more positive aspect, therefore you're able to go forward with more of a positive attitude.
We went down the woo tunnel there for a second. That was woo-alicious for sure. So Al, here's a lighter one. Can you see that from your screen on there? Can you?
Happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony.
What do you think of that when you read it? What's that make you feel?
Well, I guess the base of that is when you're happy, or happiness is with you. What you say and what you think, what you do is all in harmony, meaning everything is flowing. You're able to think clearly, and it happens with me all the time. When I'm in a good mood, I feel good about everything. If you're in a bad mood, everything's gonna bother you. So happiness is very important thing. It's sad to see the people that can't achieve happiness. It's sad to see people suffer with depression because they can't think clearly. Nothing you could do to make them feel better or have them in harmony. But it's sad. That's going back to a little bit of I guess mental illness too. If you're not happy, you're sick.
Okay, that was broad, but all right. Martin, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, do you want to chew on that, and anyone you don't want to, you can say no.
I'm going to say no. I think that was good enough for me.
Yeah, you feel good. Now this one is weird. Yeah. I'm going to put this one up, and I want you to read it. This one is weird. Here we go.
The most beautiful fate, the most wonderful good fortune that can happen to any human being is to be paid for doing that which he passionately loves to do. Abraham Maslow.
Is that a true statement in your world, Martin?
Again, there couldn't be a more true statement. If you're doing, well, that's very much linked up with that phrase that if you are doing something you're passionate about and enjoy on a daily basis, you're never going to work another day in your life, basically. Yeah. So yeah, definitely. I think, funnily enough, I mentioned Alan Watts very recently in the last 7 days on one of these broadcasts that I was on. I'm not sure if it was with yourself, but even he said himself in one of his talks that indeed follow your passion. You don't follow the money. I say we. I think you know this, Michael.
Yes.
So long as people can read right into what you're about, and if you're passionate about something, people are going to trust you when you've been working at that for a long time and mastered your passion in some way, and they're on your side all the way through. Then from there on, definitely.
I'm in pursuit of that. I'm hoping to find the right combination to do something that I love doing. You know what I mean? That I find that most things I've done throughout my life, I've enjoyed, but I can't ever say that I've done something that has been a very perfect fit. I've done things where I haven't made enough money that I enjoy doing. I couldn't possibly live on it. And the skill sets that I'm blessed with have led me in certain paths. So I'm hoping in the future that something that's more along the lines of what all of us are doing in this room can be something where I can sustain a lifestyle that I'm accustomed to.
So this is one passion of yours, right?
One.
Meeting people and bringing the best out in people, helping them to funnel and channel the positive energy and to be part of that and to embrace it and make sure it's part of their life as well,
Yes.
to benefit them. Yeah. So more of these Happs broadcasts, please.
Does anybody want to address that? Desiree, do you like that statement? Would you like to be able to do something that you're passionate about? She knows I'm knocking on her door here. Go ahead. Her and I have conversations without conversations. We're queuing each other up here. Go ahead.
To do something passionate, is to feel the soul, to hit that something that is part of who you are, is an essence of what other people have seen or showing. So whenever money comes into play with passion, sometimes it's like Martin was saying, it's not about the money, it's about the frequency. It's definitely about bringing people in, engaging with people, and your vibe attracts your tribe. So whatever you're passionate about, you also bring in those who are also passionate about the same exact thing, or about the along the same study lines or whatever. Say if I'm passionate about art, I'm bringing in those type of people too. So it is very a huge thing when it comes to passion and being something in love with something that you're creative about.
Agreed. I love the ultimate wisdom here of Captain Rehab. Michael, have you tried to rub your tummy in circles while waving your hand?
Awesome.
Perhaps you could try the combo in this broadcast and just let us know if you like it. Oh, he's funny. Hey, there's Tim. Hi, Tim. I haven't seen Tim in forever. All I have to put is I'm testing my computer and I'll see people I haven't seen in, which feels like a decade. There we go. This is awesome. Fantastic. Yeah. So this one here is a strange one. Al, can you read this one? It's coming up. It's got a lot of print, so get ready.
I'm going to pass. I'll let you read that one, Michael. You read that one. Let's hear your voice, because you got Captain Rehab saying he likes to hear Martin's voice, and he likes to hear your voice. So,
Martin, can you read it? No, the problem is I've got a really small screen right now. I don't have everything set up, so it's really tough to see it. Can you see that well?
It Martin? Is real small,
though. As I said, I'll give it a go there with the.
I have a feeling he's got a giant monitor there, so he's having no problems.
I don't know.
Go ahead.
Not everyone is going to like you, so it's important that you love yourself. This world is awakening with waves of powerful energy. So the souls who chose to live in the past will truly suffer if they don't embrace the shift. Be flexible with the changes going on within you. You are expanding your consciousness this year. Let the waves of healing and hope wash over you.
Yeah, I wrote that. I think I was having a bad day. I just turned your microphone up, Martin, for you a little bit.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, I turned it on within the broadcast, but Al, say something.
I passed. I told you I take the fifth on this one.
No. I just want to hear your voice at the level of it.
Oh, can you hear me?
I think your level's perfect. Yeah, Tim David, do you want to come up? Does everybody know Tim?
Tim is a great guy.
Yes.
Yeah,
Martin, have you met Tim?
He's been running
Desiree,
around New York
have
City.
you met Tim?
I haven't met Tim until now. Hi, Tim.
No way.
Everywhere.
Desiree knows him.
Yeah, I know him. We had cool conversations.
Yeah. So
Is this Tim in New York City?
Yes.
No, I haven't met him before. I've just seen his profile right now.
Yeah.
So let's meet Tim.
Well, hopefully he'll come up. That's what I'm.
He's on something. He's saying he's on
the train.
I thought
he's on the train.
He's on the train. Okay. So. Yeah. Oh, my connection's iffy. Thank you for warning me. I appreciate that. I much rather. All right, I'm trying to do something a little different here.
So Tim David says he's just taking a rain check at the moment, and as you just said, Michael, there his connection is iffy. If anyone else would like to comment, please do. And thanks. I'll say I'm sure Michael will obviously be wanting to express gratitude for all these the support and the awards.
I love right now that you're jumping in. I like when people jump in. Now,
I'm trying to help. While you're trying to get around to a new operating system and set up there.
Desiree, what do you think of this? When you see that image, what does that represent to you?
I'm not going to comment.
No.
No.
No, that's kind of the response I thought you might say. Okay, Martin, do you wish to comment on this painting? Well, it's actually a mural.
Yeah. It's interesting because I see, when I looked at it immediately and just a quick flash in front of my eyes, I saw positivity.
Yeah. Yes.
I saw the creator was again, and this is interesting because what we were saying before, I chose subconsciously to see positivity in that image, but I can understand possibly why some people would immediately look there and see negativity because of the symbols and what they represent and potential, should we say, control and manipulation. Those sort of words. So we'll be careful there because respect to everyone's backgrounds, faiths, cultures. But as I say, I saw some bright colours there, and it says to me, I'm seeing potentially someone trying to say that actually deep down we're all equal.
Right, or one love. One love. Yeah, right. We're all interconnected.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, indeed. I cannot read this. Does it say D? I think that's what it is. Say D. There you go. So, okay, this one is light. Yeah. I thought we'd go light on this one. Desiree, do you want someone to read you this one? I can read it for you if you want to see. This one's big enough I can actually read it. Hope is the little voice you hear whisper, maybe. It seems the entire world is shouting not.
I think it's no, but
no
exclamation mark.
Good for you. Good for you. Not and no are similar, but not the same, are they?
It's correct.
Yes. They're in the same avenue. I've had within my whole life, I think, moments where I had to believe in my own inner voice. and not listen to what other people are saying. And I think every great idea meets massive resistance. Like you look at Tesla, when he tried to build his car, everybody said, do not invest. It's a waste of money. You might as well throw your money down the toilet. This is what they were saying. If you spent the $77,000 that it costed to buy the car back when it was first, it equates to over $9 million now of stock.
Yeah, that's the case for a lot of these wild and wacky ideas at the time. I mean, yeah, look where we are with all this technology right now, Michael. You know, a decade ago, well, maybe a couple of decades ago, this was just unthinkable. Being able to just use a mobile device and connect with the world in an unlimited way and have the freedom to do so, express yourself as we're all doing now, and responding to it's incredible. We don't need to worry about the mainstream media. It has its place, but to actually think out the box and to come somewhere new, whether it's Happs or one of the platforms that we're also simulcasting to.
Martin, Al, I want to ask Al something because Al is so polite, and he'll wait there in eternity. Al, how are you feeling? And be real. Don't sugarcoat anything. But how are you feeling about the experience of Happs so far? I'm now in day 101 or 102, and I'm feeling like they're finally getting it right. How do you feel?
Well,
because you've been on here.
Yeah, I'm going on, I think, 50-something days. In the little bit of days that I've been on here, I see a big improvement. But I'm happy here. I like it. You know, I met so many great people. I could call them friends. The craziness of the other platforms kind of hopefully doesn't arrive here, but I feel very comfortable here, and I like it. I met a lot of new people, and I'm enjoying the ride as it is right now, and the improvements every day, you can see them happening. So,
okay,
that's it.
Desiree, your turn. How are you feeling? Don't candy coat it. Just be real.
Oh, everybody's heard my opinion out loud a couple times, and I've cussed and yelled about it a couple times. I'm the one that can't connect on my laptop because my laptop doesn't get enough RAM. It has. Just wait a minute, and it takes too much RAMage from a computer. Let's play ball. And my phone gets fuzzy. Hold on a minute. My phone gets fuzzy, or like my picture quality gets fuzzy. It's a double-edged sword for me. I love the people on here. I love the connections. Wait a minute. I love the people on here, and that's what I'm really here for, is the connection and talking with people. But it's hard for somebody who doesn't have money to get up money for a computer just to stream on Happs, when you can stream on Facebook and Twitch and it's perfectly clear.
Yeah, the infrastructure. Okay, Martin.
Well, you've opened a can of worms there, Michael.
How about a 2-minute can of worms?
I can make it less than. I can do less than that. I don't want it.
I think you and I start to get warmed up at 5 minutes, but let's try.
Yeah, 5 minutes and 11 seconds. But of course, no. I'm fairly familiar with all the technologies out there, and it can be very frustrating. And when you want to hit a button and just go live, and one example is every time you create a new broadcast, what they haven't fixed yet is that if you've got an intro that's specific to you, or any videos or pictures, you've got to continue to upload them every time, haven't you? And that seems to me to be a basic failure. Dare I say, it needs to be addressed. Particularly for broadcasters that do this regularly and consistently, as they're trying to ask people to do, ironically, at the moment, with a challenge or two, the management. But I think again, without getting too techie, this back end here, are you looking at the moment on Program Cloud? Because I think a few people don't realize that you can change on the program interface on the broadcast studio. You can change when you're looking at all four of us now, as I am, and we are those participating, the four of us.
Yeah.
We can see either after the signal has gone out to the wild and come back to us, or just locally on our computer. I don't know if you're all aware of that. Yeah. But that's not, again, that's it's still in its infancy, that whole sort of back end. But I know the first mouse.
Let's switch it up. We did the two. I told you we could be here 30 minutes later talking about this, and I don't want to do that. I just wanted to open it.
Sure.
I didn't want to whoop ass it. I just wanted to open it. Okay, here we go. So here's another one that will. Do you understand any of this? You look at that. Can you kind of figure out what that's all about? The sign says, "I want a haircut."
And he wants his job back, apparently. Open.
And he wants
I want my job back.
Yeah. So in Canada, people were in Toronto, where this is a while ago, we're protesting, and now we're protesting every week without a mask. And basically saying, we want our freedoms back. You have no right to take our freedoms from us. So there's definitely 2 or 3 camps in this now. I'm interested in that. And while you're chewing on that in your head, I'm going to give you one more image. I don't think anybody has more images than I do.
Well, Michael, you're aware last Thursday, the British government, the UK government have now extended what they call the emergency rules and regulations for England, certainly when it comes to travel and other laws to do with COVID for another 6 months now. People aren't too happy about that. There have been protests and demonstrations over the last 72 hours for sure.
Well, a lot of people lost their livelihoods. So the thing that's driving people crazy is we shut it down when it was 300 people. I'm just going to give you numbers, okay? When we had 300 people that had it per day, we closed it down. The numbers now are 2,000, and we have things open. Do you see something wrong? And we also have variants that we didn't have before, which are definitely more, I would say, fatal than the original variant, the variants that we had, or the original brew. I'll call it the original brew. And they had doctors saying, do not close down now. Let us get this one, because we will not survive if we keep waiting, because the variants will get stronger. And then other doctors said, no, we have to save every single life. And yet Sweden was crazy. Remember Sweden? Everybody in Sweden was crazy with this herd immunity. So I'm really worried more so about mental health, suicide rates. We never talk about that, though.
It's all been brushed aside in generally, and even now. You're right. It's brilliant that you brought that topic up. I mean, could we just say in the comments, Michael Grizz says that there's lots of things wrong, and the virus is still out of control. This is it. We still really haven't sort of contained it enough, I don't think, to be getting our freedoms back as they ever were. But you mentioned mental health, Michael. When was the last time any of us heard that mentioned again? In our sort of daily, just tuning into regular media. It's shocking. The system was broken before COVID.
But in Canada, we are, and I mean this, we are the nicest people. We are just genuinely nice, kind, decent human beings. I'm not saying there isn't a few, a-holes. Of course, in any, you're going to get that, or narcissists, whatever you want to call it. But we are, I call us the sorries. We're sorry for everything, right? I'm sorry I got in your path. I'm sorry I did this. And I think people now, since they've lost their freedoms, it was great. It was a wonderful experiment the first 3 months. And people, really took a look at their life and maybe appreciated people more and maybe even enjoyed the work more than they did before, knowing it was taken away from them. Desiree, you want to say something, don't you, hon? What do you want to say? No? You don't trust yourself? No? It won't be flower? It won't be kisses and hugs? It'll be more
say
like...
I have the same opinion as Helga.
Oh, yeah, do not go there. Okay. Oh, my God. I want to work. Thank you. I enjoy my job.
Well, that's the difference. You're scared to say it, but I'm not. So I just don't want to get on the topic when actually, this is like a 3-hour-long topic.
I am way beyond scared. Terrified is maybe a better word. Yes.
But Michael, do you think that our leaders and authority and those that are supposed to be digging us out of this in so many words, do you think they really are looking far ahead enough? Because just the small thing, which for me is a very big thing, is the fact that, you know, right now, this phrase, you know, none of us are safe till we're all safe, you know, i.e. till we're all vaccinated, that sort of thing. And obviously there's a lot of question marks over the vaccination, etc., etc. Yeah. But what my fundamental point is, you know, we need some sort of get out plan, don't we? Because the real concerning thing is that we still don't know if you have your vaccination today. You don't know whether you're in the minority where it's going to have no effect on you, and you don't know that until you consciously, actively get in, you get into contact with the virus, and you could go either way still. So where are we going with all this?
Al is one of the most, what's the word? If you wanted to do a test on the consensus of the states and you wanted an accurate opinion, I would go to Al. Al, how are you feeling about the situation?
Well, you know, obviously you know that you're talking to somebody that hasn't worked. I lost my career that I've been in for close to 30 years.
What's your career, sir? Tell us. So for those who don't know.
I'm in the trade show business. I do show business. I'm a general contractor, and we set up shows where you got invitees from all over the world that come to these events. In New York City, one of the largest convention centers, Jacob Javits Center. I've been working there for over 25 years. A great job, beautiful career I had there, and for it to get shut down like that, it was surreal, you know, to sit there. And now I'm at 50 years old, wondering, do I need now to start looking for a whole new career? Do I gotta go hit the books and start my whole life all over again? I mean, I just turned 50 years old. Do I want to go that route?
Al, you don't look a day over 30, buddy. So you did something right. You're still a sexy beast. So you did that right. You know, well done.
But going back to what you said about, you know, you got depression. People with I never suffered with anxiety before in my whole life. I've always woken up happy and happy-go-lucky. You know, to sit and watch what goes on and just see puts your anxiety at the highest level it's ever been.
Thank you for being so honest. Thank you. That's beautiful that you're bearing your soul. I'm going to show you a picture. It's kind of along the lines. Guys, get ready, okay? And tell me this picture does not tell the story of the other side. You ready? So this is a nurse or a doctor who's probably worked a 12, 14-hour shift. Has tried to save countless people. I don't have a freaking clue of what we should do. I don't. I thought so. I have thought so a few times. And being a business owner for many years myself, my heart is broken for those that had businesses for 30 years and had to finally close them after 30 years, and multi-generational businesses. People don't realize that even businesses that seem to be thriving are usually, they're doing warm, dry fed. They're making enough money to do the mortgage payment, maybe a few extras, but not much more than that. And
Michael, you want to hear a mind trip?
Sure,
All right.
I'm open.
So this picture here of this nurse or doctor, whatever she is, in my life, I went from the extreme work and like I sometimes I worked 40, 50 days straight without a day off.
Yeah.
My hours were crazy.
Yeah.
And to come to a halt like that, and my wife is in the medical field, so
yes.
my whole life is flipped upside down. Now she's been busier than she's ever been in her life in the medical field, and COVID has turned me into a housewife.
Yes,
I'm a housewife. I cook
no,
and clean.
No,
and take care of my household.
You're a trophy wife. You're a trophy wife. Don't you underestimate. Look, come on, everybody. That if there ever was a trophy wife, it's
but how
right
much
there.
of a trip is that? I mean, coming from the extreme work to
I get your point. I'm trying to make light of it.
My wife is busier than she's ever been. She hasn't missed a day of work since COVID started. She hasn't missed a beat. She's been busier than ever. And here I am on the couch. That's a trip.
So Al, are you literally, from what you're saying there, on a daily basis now, literally twiddling your thumbs, going a bit stir crazy, not knowing what to do while you're waiting to see how the sector you work in?
Watching these they turned my job into a makeshift hospital. They're distributing vaccines out of the place I used to work. So who knows how that's gonna last? But yeah, I got to keep myself busy, mentally busy. Also, I try to do so many things. I'm glad that the winter was horrible for me because it was really hard to do anything. It was a bad winter. But now that the spring is coming, I'm able to get out now and get some air and I could think a little more positive. But
has Happs been a healthy distraction for you,
or it is. I have to say,
has it been an unhealthy distraction?
No, it's been good for me. It's kept my mind a little bit occupied with, and I love to meet people. So, but yeah, I definitely got to get out of, and hopefully things get better. But I got to get out of what my mental state is here in this house that I've been in here for a year.
Have you been exercising, going for runs, walks?
I'm starting to now that the weather's getting a lot better. Like the other day, yesterday, I was in the woods all day.
It can save you, man. It'll totally. I highly recommend it. I walk every day. As soon as I'm done this broadcast, I'm going to go for an hour walk. But for me, my life has changed a lot. But I have to be honest. I am busier now than I've ever been in my entire life. And I'm 58. I'm going to be 58 next month. And I'm howling how crazy my life is. But I swear for every door, and I know this is corny, okay? But for every door that closes, another one opens. And maybe it was time for you to maybe enter into another. Like what you got to do is figure out what your best skill sets are, where you can do the most good in this world. And maybe kind of reinvent yourself again, but using some of the skill sets that you've developed over the last 30 years, you said. And let's be honest, how long could you have kept that pace? Your body would have gave out, man. And when you're a trophy wife, you've got to look good, right?
I stepped over a lot of bounds to get to where I was. I went into this business in the roots. I was a big supervisor. I had a beautiful job. Guys reported to me. I was the boss.
But Al, it's a really good point that Michael mentions there, and so does Helga, actually, in the Netherlands. She's with us, and she says to you, Al, that now, because of where you're at, you can spend time to find the real you, potentially.
Yes.
And I guess my point specifically on this is that you're obviously passionate and are passionate about what you've been paid to do up until now. Was it like an expo center you were working at, by the way? That
exactly.
Sort of thing.
Yeah. I was a general contract. We built built the shows and broke them down.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. The stands where people displayed what they're all about, the companies. Well. The thing I always think about is this, which is, you realize and yourself just how passionate you are and were at the job that has held you up until now. But that's only until you've discovered the next best thing, which you probably haven't done because that's been keeping you busy in the meantime, your contractor work. Just saying.
We have Helga here. Helga, can you just give Al a couple words of wisdom, uplifting spirit, a swift kick in the ass, whatever you're serving? Go ahead. Good luck, Al.
Al.
Yeah.
You are worth it. Just breathe. Let the stress go. There is something else that you are here for. But you have to find yourself first. The job that you thought that was so important for you, it's not the job where you came for. Find in yourself what you are to do right now. The main thing is connect with those that you feel resonated with. This is a precious time. If you dare to see it from a different angle. This is time for you, Alan. For you.
Well, I know I'm definitely headed in the right state of mind. I pretty much was making myself sick, but I really did, like you say, let go, and seeing a lot more positivity and seeing positive, stuff. So, I was invited by Eric also about meditation, which I've been, ever since he brought that up with me, I've been thinking hard on that. Like I really need to get that in my life, because I know that that's the little bit of extra that I'm looking for to heal, whatever is going on with me. So.
Eric, do you have any words that you'd like to share? I can see you're getting emotional here, so I just wanted to know what's going on with you.
Yeah. I love everybody here. And for me personally, just what Al and Helga were speaking to right there is the culmination of what I feel we're all to get if we're to make it through this together. I was born knowing and communicating with spirit. And I grew up all my life listening to man's laws, man's ways, and the fear and the indoctrination that comes with all these things. And I kept wondering, as I kept getting older and older, when is this ever going to turn around? And I keep seeing the politicians and the citizens going around the same bush, the same burning bush that keeps being lit on fire. And I too, like Al was saying, and like Martin said, if you kept going down this road, you become sick. And I suppressed all of my spiritual facilities. And I participated in extreme sports, got off on adrenaline until I became sick. Till I was hit over the head with roof trusses and other things that put me in a place where I couldn't do anything. I couldn't take care of myself. I had to operate with a wife who was going in another direction with alcohol and negative everything. And like Al was talking about the meditation, that was the thing that saved my life. But what really saved my life was stepping into who I am. And I see it now, today, more than any other time in my life, that I am right where I am supposed to be. And all the things that are happening around us are happening for our higher and greater and best good. But in the last few weeks, I've been getting more accustomed to my Happs family and knowing them as soul family. And in the last few days, a lot of this COVID stuff has come up. And, everybody's afraid to talk about it. And the people that do talk about it, they only talk about it with the people that agree with their side or this, which is usually fear. It's all fear. And in 2012, which is the opposite of 2021, when I started this awakening or started participating with my higher facilities and started emptying my cup so that I could receive more pure, more wholesome, more loving vibrations, I was told a great many of things that I was not comfortable with. And since that time, I've become to know that I could fulfill those things that I was not comfortable with. Those things were, there may, and listen to my words, may be a great decision. And the decision will be to the collective consciousness of which way this earth unfolds. One way is all these things that you read in Bibles and Qurans and other places may come to fruition. California may sink into the ocean. There may be great volcanic eruptions. There may be death everywhere. And what will you do, Eric? What will you do when these things happen? And in this place and time, I couldn't even go outside my front door for more than a few minutes without having to sit down. And so I was faced right away with, do I succumb to the fear? But then I knew if I succumb to the fear, I can't do what the other option is. And that is to get better, Eric. That is to grow in your facilities. That is to receive more information on how to avoid these things. Because if the collective can turn the corner, if the collective can do what you have done, what you have yet to do, what is your future, which is your highest and greatest and best future with true love's intent, then there's a whole nother scenario. And that scenario is one where we can move together. We can come together. All these things can move us to come together. The one thing my whole life I've been asking, when is this going to change? When can these things happen? When do we conquer the fear? And so at this point in my journey, I've done quite a bit of that. I've also been able to guide myself without stepping a foot out of my door, and know when I get in the car and I direct my wife to where we need to go, we get there without GSP or whatever you call it. I can connect with my sisters. I tell you, my sisters, because they are the feminine, they are the receivers. But I'm to work with my brothers to rise so they can be the protectors of the sisters, the women, the children. So in the last few days, and think about my words and how I phrase this, because I don't choose to speak of doom and gloom, even though I've been given these things as possibilities. Because when I speak with a vibration, and that vibration determines my future, your future, all of our futures. So I won't tell you all the story, but I'll tell you enough to know that I've been given, and I haven't got these answers yet, but I'll start working on these answers in the next few months. And these answers will give me the ability to allow myself to come to safety if the world was to move into calamity, if the shit were to hit the fan. So I can do it on my own with my soul family, or I can do it with all of you. But that's your choice. I've made my choice. I'm not here to change anyone's mind or convince you to twist your arm. But I wholeheartedly would love to walk beside you into a different world than what we've experienced so far on this journey.
You good, man? You okay?
Yeah.
I love you, Eric.
Do you feel better?
This is my heart. This is our heart.
Yeah.
Do you feel a little better right now? Good. Okay. I felt like you needed to get that out. I don't want to freak anybody out, though, either. But I get it. I get it.
Well, let me say one more thing. Before I came on, the thing that spurred me to come on was, as I looked at the screen, 555. Let's speak of the 6. Let's speak of the 33. Let's speak of the secrets. Let's say all this was written. Let's say that there's certain powers that have orchestrated all of this. They've put the certain people that will allow these things to happen, that will sit in places of government and politics and such places, that will allow the hands that manipulate with the strings, the puppeteers, so to speak, to allow all this to come to pass. Would you rather follow them into the future, or would you rather follow the divine guidance? Because in my book, the divine guidance has gotten me here, and it's here for all of us. And those who have usurped us, they're playing their role too. But those who covet in secrecy play for themselves. But they play to allow us to come into this higher knowingness. And when we do that, we won't hang them. We won't kill them. We won't trounce upon them. We'll come together, and they'll be able to experience the full heart vibrations that I've experienced when you can see the future. Not to say we'll all see the future, but let's just say, what if all this was written to steer us in one direction? Are you going to follow the ones that would steer you with fear, or would you rather connect with the vibrations? I don't know, if you believe in God or whatever it is, source, great spirit, which would you rather follow? Because for me, I got information about this virus before it came to pass. And for me, I've got information not to partake in this fear. And that's fine for anybody that does. I'm not saying that you're doomed or anything like that. We all came here to serve different experiences for our own soul's purpose. But it leads to the ultimate bigger picture. Do we come together or do we divide further?
Yes.
That was it. Thank you.
Cool. Yay. Well done, buddy. Well done. That was good.
Thank you, Eric.
Yeah, that was good. You gave it, brother. You gave it. That was good.
Thank you, Al. Thank you, Des. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Helga. Thank you, Martin. Thank you, everybody in the chat.
I think that good needs to be superseded by the word invaluable. Because again, we don't hear these words and truths and anecdotes often enough, which makes us then all believe that we're in a bubble on our own sometimes when we don't need to be.
So, guys, I'm going to be ending the broadcast. So, if you can quickly do like a 1 minute gratitude each, and then.
Well, Michael, I want to say, this is the first time that I've been around Martin. I want to thank you too. What you said really hit me hard, and I appreciate you. And I'm so happy that I was able. Michael, I want to thank you for putting this together, because if you didn't do this, I would have probably never met, or probably will. But at the moment, this is who I needed to meet right now. And Eric and Desiree and Helga, I'm so happy that all of you guys are here right now. It just I know I could definitely sleep good tonight, because I feel great. I feel great.
Yeah.
Hey, Colin.
Thank you.
Colin's in the house. Yeah.
Thank you.
I think the pieces we need have been placed upon the board recently. At least they have been for me. So I'm just letting unfold each and every day. As Eric's screen does weird green things in the green room. Okay, Eric. Woohoo! I always get freaked out when your screen does that. Like, you guys are seeing the crystal clear. I'm seeing, I don't know what this is. Green orbs, energy, healing.
Yeah, you can't lock that energy. You can't lock that up in the green room. It's got to be out.
Yeah, it's like this one here. Here we go. All right. Before we go, let's see here. Desiree. It's just you, Desiree. Nobody else.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to say something before you go?
Man, I don't know. There's just some things that are on my mind, and Eric said them all in a kind gesture.
Yay! Thank you. Let's keep it PG for me. Thank you.
But I want to say, Michael, if you don't want to hear opinions from certain people, please don't ask them.
And that's a valid point. That's it. Yeah.
So if you don't want to talk about certain subjects with certain people, don't bring it up.
Because there is no governor. Is that what you're saying? I get it. I got it.
Well, when it comes to a lot of things, I'm very bold and very bright when it comes to a lot of things. So I hold my tongue when it comes to truths. So because I come out so bold, people take it as a negative aspect, and I mean it in a loving heart way. But I'm grateful that you had me on here today to be able to exchange energy and be able to have conversations. So I would love to be in your green room after the shows, but with the cell phones, they kick us off as soon as you go into the green room. So
yes, agreed. Mel M, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the lovely comments. People are enjoying this dialogue. They're enjoying the sharing of passionate emotions, real emotions, raw emotions.
Truths.
Truths, yes.
Yes.
Personal truths, for sure. Who's next on the gratitude train? Who's next?
I'm grateful for the topic in your broadcast, Michael, today. That's all.
Okay. Okay.
I'm grateful for everybody here that's in the broadcast and in the chat. Martin and I have connected on the side through divine stuff, and as I see his face, I've seen it in my dreams many times, just like this, as everybody else on this broadcast. And I really thank Martin for bringing up that word invaluable, because that's probably something I didn't express as much. There's negative and there's positive. There's not good and bad, and all these events are happening for our highest and greatest and best good. So it's all invaluable. And I value you, Al, and Michael, and Helga, and Martin, and Des for being a part of this conversation. And thanks for you for allowing me to be a part of it. And just grateful to be here.
Perfect. Okay, Al, how you doing? How's it feel to bare your soul, brother?
I tell you, so much that you never think about letting your life story come out and unfold in front of people like this, but just feels right. I wanted to say something to Eric. The other day you posted that YouTube video that you put on your property and you're walking around the little trails. I watched that and I watched the whole thing. And when I was watching that, it actually felt like I was walking on that trail with you along the fence, and you're listening to you talk. I blew it up on my computer, so you're on a full screen with no subtitles or no nothing. So it actually made me feel like I was there walking with you, sat next to you.
Thank you for that, Al. I kind of, to tell you the truth, when I was making it, I felt like I wasn't alone.
Well, we're never alone, really. We're never alone, right? If you think about it, on many levels, we're not alone. Yeah, there's always the elders watching. We'll call it that. Different dimensions watching. All right. We have a dear friend in the house here. I just wanted her to do a little bit of gratitude just for a second. I saw her there, so I'm grateful to have her in. Thank you. I can honestly say I wouldn't do this for many people, but there you go. Hello.
Hello, can you hear me okay?
I can turn it up a bit. 1 second here. Just give me 1 second. There you go. That's it. So you know what we're doing? You've been in this room before. We're doing gratitude right now. What are you currently grateful for? And were you able to get some of the broadcast? The last 10 minutes was pretty electric.
No, I just got out of the car. I'm up in Brisbane again, so
yeah.
I was just waiting for my mum, and then I just saw that you were on, so I thought I'd hop on and say hello to everyone.
Thank you.
What am I grateful for? Well, at the moment, I'm just grateful for good health. As Brisbane decides to go into lockdown for 3 days, so yes, so I'm grateful for good health at the moment.
I wish you well. I really do. Now we have, I don't know if you've met Martin Shine. He's in the room. He's going to do his form of gratitude. And I believe, Al, you did your gratitude, Al, or no? Did you do?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
And Helga, you did gratitude. You did a very short one. And Eric was, yeah. Well, I love Eric. Look, there he's going. Okay, Martin, go ahead.
Well,
what are you grateful for, brother? Thank you for reading all the stuff earlier. I couldn't.
Well, thanks for the opportunity. But of course, earlier we were talking about the platform, and it has to be said that ultimately we're very grateful for this sort of technology, that we can all connect together. I'm grateful for the opportunity to be here, to be a part of this, and I'm very much in the zone of we're here for each other. So if it's helped anyone, been part of this conversation on this day, then that can only be a good thing. Grateful for all that.
I'm super happy with the outcome of today's discussion, and I'm loving that people are feeling safe enough to be raw and real and to share their emotions. And I feel very honored to be a small part of that. Thank you, Willie, for the support. I am grateful for all of you. Yeah. Well, thank you, Anne Marie. And anybody, if we missed your comments, we're so sorry. We kind of got deep in the woo. I'm going to end it with the one comment that Colin said: different levels of woo. It'll be in your bookstore soon by Eric. Take care. Have a great